there's a bunch of other traits that matter to women, sense of humor. You can work on that, you know? A lot of young men will devote like 10 times as much effort to studying for one particular class in college as they'll devote to building their active sense of humor, like taking an improv comedy class or whatever. So, or
That works. Like
yeah,
you can improve that. I figured some people are just, I don't know, that you'd had to develop it like below the age of 10 or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but that some people are naturally so funny and some people aren't. But there are ways to fix that
yeah,
or improve
yeah.
that.
I mean, look, I'm a pretty hardcore hereditarian about a lot of things, and I think, you know, evolution and genes are really, really important. But we have these big brains in order to be able to learn useful skills. And I think just a lot of young men are like misallocating their learning time to like getting really good at Call of Duty or Elder Ring or some video game. And they could like take the hundreds of hours
Yeah.
that they're doing that and allocate it to stuff that like women actually care about and improve it dramatically. It's just that like the existing educational system isn't really geared up to encourage young men or young women to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's for sure. So what kind of traits, I mean, you named a few, but what kind of traits are women attracted to?
We talk a lot about confidence and that, you know, unless you're a psychopath, confidence is actually pretty hard to fake. Like, if a young man is getting reliable cues that they are respected and valued by other people, by other men, by other women, by their mentors, by their classmates, confidence naturally comes from that. If you're not getting those cues that people value and support you, it's really hard to fake it till you make it. It's really hard to sort of fake that kind of confidence. So there again, our counsel to young men is like find groups where you are valued and you do get along with people and you've got your little posse, your little friendship circle, and try to get your confidence from there to start. Also, as you build up more
Hmm.
sexual experience and you date more and you just interact more with women and get more comfortable with women, that also builds kind of sexual and romantic confidence, which again is very hard to fake. A lot of young men have this experience, right? That no women pay attention to them for a long time until they get a girlfriend. They get a girlfriend. Suddenly they're getting sexual validation, romantic validation, and suddenly other women are paying attention to them. And they don't even know what changed. But in biology, that's called mate choice copying, when females are more attracted to a male that's valued by other females, right? And I think that's kind of mediated by sexual self-confidence. That if a man has a
Hmm.
girlfriend already, he knows at least there's one woman out there who values me, and he kind of internalizes that validation and then like radiates it outwards somehow in body language or how he carries himself, and then other women pay attention to that.
Oh, that's interesting. So you think women would be more attracted to a man in a relationship even if they didn't know that they were in a
Yeah,
relationship?
yeah, I think so.
That's cool. I haven't heard that before. That's cool.
I don't know
Hmm.
if there's any good like empirical psychology research on that, but I'd be extremely surprised if that didn't happen. And like there's so many anecdotal reports from guys talking about this, that like there's long dry spells,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
wants me, and then when it rains it pours, get a girlfriend and suddenly everybody else wants me. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I like that theory. Okay. Do you think humans are naturally monogamous? Do you think some are naturally polygamous?
The line I take on this is I do think humans evolved to form long-term pair bonds. I
Okay.
think that's pretty clear. I think, look, like 5 million years ago, our ancestors had huge sex differences in body size. The males were about twice as big and heavy and strong as the females, right?
Oh,
And
wow.
that is what you see when there's a highly polygamous system, meaning the top few males mate with most of the women, and then most of the males don't get any mates. So you get intense competition between the males to be big, strong, aggressive, dominant, right? And to sort of monopolize some of the
Yeah.
females. But then what happens is the males evolve to be a little taller and a little stronger, but the females start to catch up, right? The females
Yeah.
rapidly increase. And so now, although it seems like males are much bigger and stronger than females, we're actually about as evenly matched in body size as any primate, as any mammal gets. That's an indicator of pair
Wow.
bonding. That's an indicator that males and females were matching up, that they were forming long-term relationships that were at least socially monogamous, which means they hang out together, live together, sleep together, raise kids together, share a lot of food with each other, share care and compassion with each other, and so forth. So I think pair bonding is pretty central to human evolution, and it's what allowed things like the evolution of fatherhood, right? If you look at most mammal species, the dads don't do anything. The dads just contribute genes. They don't help raise kids. They don't teach kids anything. They don't even protect kids that well. But with humans, males have evolved to do all of that. Now, that still leaves some room for like high status, high prestige males to sort of go outside the pair bond, right? And to attract additional women. And in most complex societies, the highest ranked, wealthiest males do have multiple wives or concubines or mistresses or whatever. So there's a kind of complicated system of like high status male polygamy on top of most people forming pair bonds, plus some women also being kind of getting resources from multiple males, like sex workers, prostitutes, etc. So are we naturally monogamous? It's complicated, but like I do think pair bonds are pretty central to human experience, and particularly, I would bet that most babies that have been born over the last few million years have been raised by pair bonded parents.